gonna jump into PVZ now. It's going to be iRk-AgGe versus Mango.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that then, because I think I have not casted both of these players, so excited to see how they play and how the games turn out.
Yeah, I know this is Mango's first week playing. He was busy with school and stuff originally. So this is actually the first time he's played a game, so I'm interested to see how they go. I played a little bit with him. Tried to show him a couple of builds one day.
Oh,
We'll
very
see if he
nice.
puts some of these. Alright, so in the top left from Chobos with Attitude, we have the orange Zerg iRk-AgGe. And in the top right, we have the red Protoss from my team, Team Supply Block, Mango 483.
Very nice. And I can say, without a doubt, I think me and Snipe will be much more comfortable casting these games, as it's our Protoss comfort zone.
Yes, for sure. Definitely know way more about the Protoss matchups.
Yeah, we try to give you guys as much tips as we can, but from our personal experience, we're only like 1700, 1800 MMR players, so we try to give you the best tips we can, but really with Protoss, we're a lot more comfortable.
It looks like iRk-AgGe here is sending his Overlord a long
Oh,
way.
so it seems like there's a bit of confusion by Mango. He kind of threw down his pylon a bit late, and the placement for it is suboptimal. Because putting the pylon up top here, it won't be link tight. So lings can kind of run in from the top, and I don't think there's anything you can put below it that'll make it tight either. So if Aggie wants to take advantage, he definitely can, make some lings and run them right by.
Yeah, no, like his forge going under that, and then the gateway will be underneath. Normally, you want the other way.
And
forge with the gateway on top of it.
Yeah, he left a little gap too. So, I mean, I'm not sure where you throw the gateway. Maybe to the left of the pylon. But yeah, that would not be a very very tight wall.
We'll have to see what he's gonna do with this, but already, it's looking a little suspect. We'll see if AgGe can take advantage of this.
Yeah,
Just
so
early lings or something.
the good thing about maps like Fighting Spirit and Circuit Breaker, the walling pattern is roughly the same. You want your pylon at the very bottom, forge right on top, and gateway right on top. Yeah, and
I don't know if you noticed or not. Sorry, Mango made a cannon, but then he canceled it.
Oh.
So normally you don't want to start something and then cancel it. I think that's probably reactionary, because I was telling him like, okay, if the Zerg's got the hatch or you scout them and they don't, the spawning pool's not really close to done, you can get your gateway or your nexus before. So that is what he's doing. But it would have been better if he just didn't make the cannon in the first place and then cancel it, because that's just wasted minerals.
Yeah, because I'm not sure you get like 80% refund or something like that. I'm not too sure, but yeah, you do lose some of the minerals for it.
I would like to see him throw a cannon down now, though. He's throwing down another pylon.
Uh-oh.
Kind of trying to block this choke. Zerg's only making 2 Zerglings at the moment, but okay, there's the cannon now.
Yeah, so luckily this should be in time. And Aggie only made two Zerglings as well, so I don't think he'll be too aggressive with the Zerglings.
Won't be expecting too much. And now the gateway is even further out front.
And really interesting. So in ZVP, generally you want your third hatch at another base, but he's going for 3 hatches on 2 base. So not sure what this.
He is getting a lair. Interesting.
And it looks like he lost an Overlord to the cannon. I didn't actually see it, but yeah, he's down in supply. He lost an Overlord. Oh my goodness!
This cannon actually doesn't reach the gateway.
Oh, that is so unlucky.
Back in the gateway. See, this is why you gotta work on the walls and make sure you know how to make your walls, so you don't get unfortunate mistakes like this. These Zerglings are gonna just be able to kill it.
Yeah, so now Mango won't be able to make a Zealot to stop these these two Zerglings. I think maybe if he improvises, he could pull like 3-4 probes and try to attack the Zerglings, kind of force them off, or try to pull them into cannon range. But at this point, yeah, this is such an unfortunate investment for him.
At least buy himself enough time for that second cannon warping in to kill the Zerglings.
Oh, for sure, yeah, if he pulled some probes to do that.
He did throw down another gateway, and he did start his cyber core just before that gateway went down.
Oh, Snipe, do you see what I'm seeing?
Yeah, I see what you're seeing. I saw the drone up there and was wondering if he was going to build a hatch in base.
Oh, no.
Honestly,
AgGe.
I think this is probably just going to kill the Protoss. He has no idea this is up here. And and he's got like enough lings and their speedlings, and he's continuing to stream a bunch that he could run by or kill these cannons and kill the Protoss.
Yeah, so, props to AgGe. He kind of noticed that his opponent's wall was suboptimal, the cannons are exposed, and, he's doing the proper thing. He's taking advantage of what he's seeing. So there's nothing, I think it's good by him to be going for this.
Yeah, as Mango, I mean, you got some decent Protosses on your team. Ask for help, get some help. You could have practiced the walls on this map.
Are you talking about yourself, Stan?
Myself or Jitter.
Very nice.
And he's actually putting a gateway back out where he had one before. I mean, I guess it's protected by the cannons now. But, he's making Zerglings in the main now. He's actually just going to go ahead with the first two and pick off some probes.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing there is the first gateway, was delayed for so long that there's not really any standing army for the Protoss to defend against this.
He's lost a couple of probes here to these lings already.
That's a bit unlucky, yeah. Because say these Zealots do run back, then the Zerglings at the Nat are just going to stream in and end the game. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
He's got so many of them, right? I mean, good job by AgGe to recognize this and take advantage. But unfortunate by Mango, I mean, got to work on those walls and work on the timings. Oh, we got a little chat. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so really quick game. I think most of it was due to the fact that Mango's knowledge of the wall was a bit imperfect, and it was able to be taken advantage of by AgGe this game. But,
Sure.
the good thing about that is for walls like Circuit Breaker and Fighting Spirit, it's pretty simple. So once you do figure it out, it's a lot harder for Zergs to kill you with strategies like this in the future.
For sure.
And also something else to point out, always keep track of your enemy scouting probe or SCV or drone. Because if it has ever walked into your base and you don't know where it went, it could be an SCV building a factory, it could be a probe building proxy gateways or a proxy hatchery. So definitely kind of be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, good point. Make sure you got vision. You don't want something like that to sneak up and surprise you. Alright, so now we're going into game 2. See if Mango can come up with a little bit better wall on this map and maybe survive a bit longer. See what his mid-game's like.
Yeah, and I do have to point out the walls for non-traditional maps that aren't, Fighting Spirit or Circuit Breaker, they can be a bit weird, and then definitely not the same as on Fighting Spirit. You have to have specific knowledge.
Yeah, this map could be a little bit tricky.
Actually, that reminds me, I think one of the CPL coaches, Seriosity, spent a good amount of time, him and his team kind of developed a Team Liquid post where it has screenshots of all the viable walls for PVZ on all the CPL maps. So definitely check that out. I think you can find it on the CPL Discord.
Don't forget to have replay progress.
Oh, yes, thank you.
So, yeah, may as well introduce our players here. In the top right, we have the Orange Zerg, who took advantage in Game 1, up a game now, iRk-AgGe. And on the bottom right, we have the Purple Protoss from my team, Team Supply Block, Mango.
Oh, wow, I think so far his wall looks pretty good. Like, the pylon seems like it's in the right spot. If he builds the forge and gateway in a particular location, he's definitely got a good wall going for him.
Yeah.
Cool.
So maybe he'll survive a bit better on this map. We'll have to see where he places his next buildings. We
Yeah,
do see him
hopefully,
scouting out in the correct direction.
yeah, hopefully Mango's not too shaken up from the last game, because I know for sure if I was in a similar position, I definitely feel a bit nervous. I wouldn't want the same thing happening to me again twice in a row.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was also his first game in CPL, so he's probably feeling a little bit of the nerves or something, right? His first week playing.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy to play StarCraft in general, and when it's a competitive match, it can definitely be a lot harder. So, we definitely understand.
We see AgGe's actually opening up with a 12 hatch this time.
Yep,
You
very
don't
normal.
see that as often. I mean, it's not abnormal, but it does leave like him open to a possibility of a cannon rush, especially if Mango built like a pylon in that choke and then just built a couple cannons. It makes it hard for Zerg to defend his hatchery.
Yeah, but that's one of those things that kind of comes with experience. I mean, if you're comfortable that you can pull it off, I think go for it. But oftentimes, I think it's a lot safer to just stick with your standard play that you're comfortable with, and that's what you actually practice. So
Mango has about 600 minerals, just starting the Nexus now. I like that he put the Nexus down first, but you got to put that down like when you have 400 minerals, as soon as you can. These little seconds or time adds up. Like, oh, you put it down 200 minerals late. Well, now you're going to be 200 minerals behind when you start mining. It's just going to compound and snowball.
yeah, and I also want to point out again, the wall that he's implementing in this position, it's kind of easily abusable, because in general, I think the ideal wall has it so that there's only one gap that Zerglings can kind of stream in from. But here, there's a lot of surface area for Zerglings to kind of stream in and surround this cannon.
Yeah, the idea behind the wall, like you're saying, is to kind of block off the Zerg's ability to run past, just get into your base. But the way he's built it here, there's lots of room. Like Zerglings can go down the left, down the middle, or wherever.
Okay, this is a pretty interesting build. So it looks like AgGe is gonna go for some all-in Ling build again, because he's throwing down 4 hatcheries right now. I'm expecting a flurry of Zerglings to be hitting in like 2 minutes or something.
Well, he is droning behind this, so it might just be like a 4-hatch Hydra build.
Oh, right.
Because there's no lair. He got his 4th hatch. He's only mining from 1 gas. It looks like Mango is able to defend these first few Lings or keep them away. He's throwing down another cannon, feeling a bit scared. Oh, no, we're actually seeing a lair coming out of AgGe.
Okay, I take it back then. He's not going to go for Massling, I guess.
I'm not sure if this is a build, like getting 4 hatches and then a lair. Usually I think 4 hatches, you're going to be powering up on Hydras with all your extra larvae. We'll have to see what he wants to go for with this. Maybe he decided to change his mind after he saw the wall, or he's going to go for something else. Kind of just poking in with these Zerglings, poking out with some Zealots. Not really doing a lot of damage either way. Killed a couple of Lings, so that's always good. Really interested on what AgGe is planning to do here. He is adding a 2nd gas now.
I'm not too sure, but in Mango's main, there's just 2 probes kind of chilling up here. Oh, he did notice them, but yeah, I'm not sure how probes would ever end up over there. That's a little weird.
He's getting a 2nd gas, and he still hasn't even started a cyber core, and he's far from a Stargate too. Usually you get your 2nd gas after you start your Stargate.
Yeah, so it just seems like Mango doesn't really have a solid build yet, but because at this point you're mining gas to either get +1 upgrades or a Citadel or a Stargate, but before you can go into those tech paths, your core needs to be done.
Oh, what is this?
And his timing's pretty late.
There's a hive, or a queen's nest, sorry, being built, just finished in AgGe's base.
Yeah, what is this?
I think we're probably gonna see him get a hive. Is he just gonna like rush for ultralisks or something? I don't know.
That might very well be. Or maybe
and he's
like
taking another hatchery at the top here.
Oh yeah, at this point I think Zerg is going to be growing way too much, too fast for our Protoss to be able to deal with it.
Yeah, as a Protoss, if I saw this, I'd be really confused what's going on right now. So yeah, he has started the hive. We'll have to see what he wants to get with that. I can only assume it's going for some early ultralisks. But we'll see.
And then something for Mango to focus on in the future, if he ever watches these casts, is in the PvZ matchup, tech is very important. You want to have a Stargate as soon as possible. You want to have access to High Templar as soon as possible. And also a really helpful tip that will help his macro in the future maybe is to always be building probes at your nexuses, because it's 7:30 and the saturation at the NAT is very, very low.
Yeah, for sure. Even in the main, it's pretty low on probes. I think I was telling him, like, you can hotkey your nexuses. I do my first nexus to 0, I second to 9, and I can just hit 0p, 9p. Whenever I hear the probe finish, just 0p, 9p to build more probes. You don't even have to go back to the nexus to do it, and that way, you're constantly building probes. Especially at early levels, like, you want to make sure you're on top of your probe reduction. It'll go a long way for getting a big economy going for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Macro in general.
It snowballs everything. Like if you had made another 5 probes at each nexus 2 minutes ago, you'd have X 100 more minerals or something you could use. So yeah, definitely something to keep in mind. It seems like this game, Aggie's kind of just taking advantage of kind of how passive Mango's playing. So he has taken. He's going to be up to 6 bases before 9 minutes. Yeah. So that is incredibly greedy. And he might be massing Crackling.
Well, he's got an Ultralisk Cavern at the front of his natural, about half done now.
Never mind. So, it is Ultra Rush. Oh, good. Yeah.
He's just literally just macroing up a ton, and Mango has no idea. Like, he has no scouting of any of this. For all he knows, Zerg is just on those 2 bases, or Zerg has the whole map. Kind of like doesn't know, so you got to be scouting around. Yeah, so he does have a Sarah coming out now, but that's pretty late.
To be honest, even though this seems like Aggie's doing really well by taking all these hatcheries at once, if you think about it, they're kind of investments that haven't paid off yet. Because yes, the 300 minerals that have been put into this hatchery, he's just gonna make a bunch of drones from them. If Mango had macroed up a big enough army, he could have taken advantage of this, because all this money is being spent on something that isn't army and it isn't defense. So that could have been an opportunity if Mango had a bigger army or something like that. He could kind of go for the kill.
Yeah, for sure. If he had his +1 speed zealot timing attack down, he would have been able to just run over this 3rd base. He would have really put the pressure on the Zerg, but he's just allowed the Zerg to take over the map. I don't like Ultralisks. They are pretty scary. I agree with you.
I agree with him too, yes. Oh, man.
Okay. But I think the reason he did this was he saw how weird the wall was in game 1, how the wall here wasn't that great. He kind of assumed he's a way better player, and he's just taking advantage by taking the map and rushing Ultralisks just to style on him or something, maybe.
Yeah, definitely looks like that is what's happening. But I mean, it could be worse, At least there's no mind control and 400 meters being made by the Protoss player.
Jitter. Yeah, but no, yeah.
Oh man,
it's just a mismatch, honestly. That happens, unfortunately. There's a lot Mango can do to improve and work on.
Yeah, I mean, even though, because that is one of the things about the nature of the CPL League, the B teamers, you could have anybody from 500 MMR to 1600. It's a huge gap, but you know, even if that is, even if you happen to be the 500 MMR player, watching these games, there's a lot to learn from them and to take away. So,
For sure.
you know, definitely Mango has a lot to learn, and I'm confident if he reaches out to Snipe and works with Snipe, they definitely can see a lot of improvement.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, any of the Protosses on our team, I'm sure can offer some tips and help out, like even just practicing working on walls and, you know, practice working on your macro, building your probes, getting your gateways out on time, getting your tech up.
Yeah, and there's
lots of improvement.
I also want to encourage, if you have any questions, you know, feel free to talk about it in the CPL Discord. I think this league, it's really very improvement based. So even though there's competitive aspects to it, the end of the day is we're all trying to help each other improve. So
Yeah.
definitely feel free to reach out to any of the players or admins if you have any questions.
Yeah, we've definitely seen some of that too, like players playing with other teams, or, you know, coaches helping out other players and stuff. It's good. We're all here to learn and improve, so no matter what level they are.
And I guess this is what happens when Zerg is able to just expand everywhere for free and just upgrade and amass a huge econ. They can just macro from all like 20 of their hatcheries. And just
The Reaver Scarab! Is it gonna be a dud? Or dead Scarab. He does kill one of the Ultralisks with that. Poor Mango.
Hang in there, Mango. And hopefully, as the weeks go by, we'll see some improvement from him. So
Yeah.
pretty quick 2-0. AgGe for sure was definitely the better player coming into this matchup. So, you know.